Welcome back, first graders. I'm so happy to see that you are going to be joining me today for your shared reading lesson. We are going to reread parts of The Recess Queen. Thank you for joining me for Unit 2, Module A, Lesson 12. Won't you follow along with me? Let's see what our lesson has for us today. Good learners understand that citizenship begins with becoming a contributing member of a classroom community. We are going to think about how some of the characters changed from the beginning of the story to the end of the story. These changes can help us figure out the story's central message or lesson. In this lesson, we are going to learn how the characters teach us about the central message of the text. Remember that the central message or the lesson is what the author wants readers to take away from the story in their own lives. Now let's review our learning intention and success criteria for today. Your learning intention says, we are learning to retell stories to demonstrate an understanding of the central message or main idea. Our success criteria, or how we will know that we will be successful, is you will be successful when you can identify story elements, use key details to understand and describe story elements, use key details to identify the central message of a story, describe characters using key details, identify the point of view, compare and contrast characters and events. Today we're going to be reading pages 51 through 60 of The Recess Queen, written by Alex O'Neill and illustrated by Laura Holinsky-Beith. Be sure that you are following along with me and reading as we go. Then from her pack pulled Katy Sue, a jump rope clean and bright. "Hey, Jeannie Beanie," sang Katy Sue, "let's try this jump rope out. Here's one thing true, until that day, no one dared ask Mean Jean to play. But Katy Sue just hopped and jumped and skipped away. I like ice cream, I like tea, I want Jean to jump with me." Jean just gaped and stared as if too scared to move at all. So Katy Sue sang once more, "I like popcorn, I like tea, I want Jean to jump with me." Then from the side a kid called out, "Go, Jean, go!" And too surprised to even shout, Jean jumped in with Katy Sue. "I like cookies, I like tea, I want you to jump with me." The rope whizzed and slapped, faster, faster the rope spun and flapped, faster, faster, till it caught in a tangled disaster. But they just giggled and jumped again. Boys and girls, did you notice that we have 2 new vocabulary words highlighted in the text? I noticed the word disaster and the word giggled. The word disaster means something that has a very bad effect or result. And the word giggled means to laugh in a nervous or childlike way. So in the sentence, till it caught in a tangled disaster, it means that something bad happened, and I can see their jump ropes are all twisted and they're falling down, but the girls just giggled. So that means they just laughed at what was happening. Well, When that recess rolls around, that playground's one great place. At the school bells ringety ring, these two girls race singety sing out the classroom door. Jean doesn't push kids and smush kids and lollapaloosh kids, hammer 'em, slammer 'em, kits and kajammer 'em, 'cause she's having too much fun rompity romping with her friends. Bouncity, kickety, swingety, hoppity, skippity, jumpity, ringety, zingety. Yes! Now we've come to the part of our lesson where we're going to ask some comprehension questions to check our understanding of the story. So let's do these together. This would be a great place to pause the video if you would like to get a pencil and paper to write your answers down so that you can share them with your teacher later. Boys and girls, remember you can always pause the video after each question and write your answers down. So let's look at that first question. That first question says, what is the setting on 58 and 59? So remember, I can remember that the setting is the place where the event is taking place. So where do you think, by looking at pages 58 and 59, where is this story taking place, boys and girls? Our next question says, what details does the author use to support the opinion that the playground is now a great place to play? So I remember that if I'm looking for details, I'm going to have to go back and look at the text. So let's read the text again together. Well, now that when recess rolls around, that playground's one great place. At the school bells ringety ring, those two girls race singety sing out the classroom door. Jean doesn't push kids and smush kids, lollapaloose kids, hammer 'em, slammer 'em, kits and kajammer 'em, 'cause she's having too much fun rompity romping with her friends. Did you find some answers why you think that playground might be a really fun place now? This would be a great place to pause the video to write your answers down. Our next set of questions says, what would Mean Jean most likely do if someone asked her for a turn with a basketball? What would Mean Jean normally do? Think back in our story. How would she treat somebody if they asked if they could have a turn with a basketball? Why do you think that Mean Jean would act that way? This would be a great place to pause the video to write your answer down. Our last set of questions say, listen to these words from page 58. Push, smush, lollapaloosh, hammer, slammer, kits, kajammer. Where has the writer used these words before in the story? Why does the writer repeat these words? So, where have we heard those words before, boys and girls? And why do you think that the writer repeats these words? Okay, boys and girls, it looks like we've come to the part of our lesson where we're going to do our journal writing activity for today. So if you would like to go get your journal and your pencil to join me, this would be a great time to pause the video to do that. Our writing prompt for today says, today you will use the T-chart you made yesterday to write an opinion statement about the story you chose and your supporting reason. Remember, when you write your opinion statement, to use the words I liked or I didn't like and name of the story you chose. Using the words liked or didn't like allows the reader to understand you are writing an opinion. Then you will write a sentence explaining your reasons. Remember to start all your sentences with capital letters and end them with proper punctuation. So we're going to go back today and we're going to look in our journals of the T-chart that we made yesterday. And then we're just going to write a sentence using what we wrote on our T-chart. Remember how we start our opinions? So a good way to start an opinion would be, I liked or I didn't like. Then write the name of your story and then tell me the reasons that you liked the story or you didn't like the story. Wow, we have come to the end of our lesson and it's time for us to go back and check and see how we did with our learning intentions. How well do you think you did? Let's check and find out. Remember, our learning intention today says we are learning to retell stories to demonstrate an understanding of the central message or the main idea. How we will know we were successful is by looking at our success criteria. You will be successful when you can identify story elements. So that would be the characters, setting, and events. Use key details to understand and describe story elements. Use key details to identify the central message of the story. Describe the characters using key details. Identify the point of view. And compare and contrast characters and events. How well do you think you did? I bet you did a fabulous job because I know you're such good readers. Anyway, I am so glad you joined me for shared reading today, and I hope you will join me again. So, have a great afternoon, and we'll see you again next time.